Hey everyone, my name's Yash. We're here for another game dev vlog. It took a little longer this week because I took my booster shots, so just recovering from that. And yeah, we'll be pushing it out. Let's jump right into it. So today I wanted to talk about mini games. And mini games are awesome because it allows you to change the way that um, you experience a game in so many different ways. It allows you to try so many different things. And I've always been a big fan. I remember growing up with Pokemon Stadium, Mario Party, like those OG mini games were so much fun. That was honestly probably one of my favorite parts of Pokemon Stadium, those mini games with multiple people. But what I really like about it is also from a behavioral health standpoint and a health standpoint, trying new things and learning new things, um, just in general, increases gray matter in your brain, but also, there's whole reasons behind why there's apps that have these different mini games as such to improve different elements, visual acuity, memory. Some of them are only shown to improve, your ability to do those tasks, but that there is still that first part where if you're learning new activities, trying something different, it does improve your gray matter in areas that you use those specific tasks, right? So if I'm doing things that require hand-eye coordination and a different type of game mode or something that uses a different thing, that will increase gray matter in that part of my brain that is responsible for monitoring that thing. Okay, anyways, I've spoken a lot about gray matter. Gray matter is awesome. But what we have here, right, is if you are exploring our dungeon, right, and many of you guys have not may have not seen this or have not seen our last game devlog, but basically the premises is you will be progressing through this roguelike adventure, and at each point you will come across a couple different types of scenarios. Today's talk will be regarding events where mini games will show up. But basically, you'll progress through each area. Um, at the end of then you'll have a shop where you'll buy some last minute stuff, bonuses, and then you'll fight the little area boss. You do that. You go through 3 areas per a zone. The Dark Forest being the first one that you guys already have access to. So on that note, oh no, where did we go? On that note, I wanted to talk to you about the different types of mini games that we will have. So the big ones we have here are Test of Power. The cool thing about these mini games, and the most important thing for us, is tying each of these directly to health activities that you do. So not only do you feel stronger in real life, but you actually feel the impact, which again is a very key element of our game design here, of feeling powerful. So for an example, this is a very simple test of power. If you guys have played, what is it, the Legend Star Fox Adventures Crystal Test of Strength, where you play as that blue fox, I think Crystal was her name. But there was this really iconic thing called Test of Strength where you have to like push past these lizards, the lizard people. I hope I'm remembering those. Well, I'm pretty sure they were lizard people. But anyways, you had to tap as quick as possible. Funny enough, I had um, funny enough, I had uh, uh, you know, I think my dad helped me with that one. That was a really positive memory. I'm sorry, technically cheating because I had my dad help me, but it was a wholesome memory. Anyways, back to this. So you come across this sword, and different types of mini games may even unlock weapons that can be used for the rest of the game, right? So in this example here, you tap as fast as you can on the sword, and you slowly pull the sword out. um, Based on your uh, your power modifier, the stat that you have, this bar increases more and more, uh, and the increment increases based on the amount of power and the stat you have. So that way, it's tied to your health activity, and increases the likelihood of powering that up, right? So that is awesome. Big fan of that approach. And this is just a very simple mini game. You're tapping as quickly on the screen as possible. But what I want to do is do more complex mini games and break these out into three different types that use your three different core stats: power, speed. So this is more of like a reaction type of mini game, right? In this example, what I have here is you come across a mystical patch of shrubbery, right? So again, this is just for picture purposes to demonstrate the idea. I know it looks a little grotesque, um, but this is what I think would be really cool. Not no, no, sorry, not the way it's designed, but more so the basic demonstration of the system. So what we have here is basically you have to tap on the ones that are glowing green. If you tap the red ones, you get hurt. So when you start, all of them will fade. It's kind of like a whack-a-mole sort of type of feeling. If you tap on ones that's red, you take damage. If you tap on ones that are green, you collect them. And so that keeps going on until your time runs out. So now what we've done here is made these um, experiences much more unique in how you collect not only resources and items, but also challenging you to experience the game in so many different ways. This allows us to create essentially unlimited content, um, making every experience that you play novel. That's the goal here. The novelty factor. You're never gonna. So like one of the things with when you play like Lumosity or those different brain training games is you know exactly the game that you're gonna play because you choose it. The cool thing about this is since it is randomized, um, and you essentially don't get to practice except the last time you play it. It keeps it fresh and it keeps you and your brain on your toes. Um, so I know I geek out very hard about biohacking and things of that nature because why not improve your overall health while enjoying things that you love? So last but not least, this is actually the mini game that you guys are all familiar with. These ones are going to be straight up puzzles. Right now, what we have here is that you use aura, the energy that you have for hints and things of that nature. What we're planning on doing is updating this a little to for different sorry um, tie it to your magic stat, um, and based on how high that is, that should give you a better grounding on what to expect. Uh, so these are the three examples of mini games, and that can occur when you come across an event. The events aren't always mini games. You know, they might be like chatting with an NPC or just coming across a treasure chest or some type of one-time event type thing. Um, so the idea there again is to make it fun, unique, and uh, ever changing like the Everflame. But bringing novelty. So the likelihood my goal is to put so many different mini games, and you'd be surprised. Starting out these might seem difficult, right? Because okay, we have to populate, say, a dungeon of 15 rooms, right? One, two, three, four, five, yeah, plus a boss, so about 18 total. And the reason it does have to be that way is because roguelike adventures, you proceed and power up based on how many interactions you have. So we might be able to par this down to 555. I still need to, this is also why we're bringing on um, game designers to help us out with this. But we are big on adding different types of mini games into that. So the vision is that each zone that you go to, so this case is Dark Forest, has its own unique mini games. So we could, the biggest thing about games is why would I go back and replay that area? Well, there might be resources, or there might be mini games, or there might be something that you want to play again, or new content that we've released for that specific area. It just makes it that more fun. I know there's probably going to come to a point where it's not, if we have too much, like RNG can be annoying for the mini games. You're like, oh, I want this one. So that's a good problem for us to have. But right now, it's about making mini games that not only change the way, that not only make sense for the gameplay and advance you, right? We don't want to make it feel like, oh, like another one of those annoying mini games, right? Um, we wanted to make it feel like, wow, awesome. That is super cool. It's changing things up. Um, right? And you unlocking it some benefits. So some mini games are one and done, right? Like in this case, once you pull that sword is gone from that world. I mean that sword, like you own that sword, so there's no reason for you to keep pulling out swords. There might be other things like moving a boulder, or I don't know. Moving a log. There's going to be more test of power ones, but essentially those boil down to how, and we'll think of new ways to change up the test of power scenarios beyond just tapping as fast as you can. But it could be, yeah, that's where we leave it up to our community to help us distinguish and come up with new ideas here. Lastly, let's see, just make sure. One thing I just do want to add here. Um, uh, so one thing I do want to add. I actually have the spirit guides that I want to share. Um, our artist. Our artists have finished them today, so these again are the new ones to match our new art aesthetic. Very proud of our team and what they've built. I'm gonna just copy and paste them, so bear with me while I drag them over. Um, and yeah, why don't I tell you about some very exciting news that just happened to me recently? You guys know the creator of Warrior Ducky, better known as, or well, I guess better known as Warrior Ducky, but has a name as Quacksmith. So the creator was my girlfriend, and now she's my fiance. So I'm very happy to announce we are engaged. I proposed this last weekend at the library. I'm very happy. I couldn't be. I love using the phrase fiance, um, and I'm absolutely just thrilled. So thank you. I've posted about that in the Discord. Thank you guys for all the kind words and phrases that you've. Sorry, and I promise this is not the end of the video. So I'm adding the spirit guide. So just FYI, I just needed to bring that in. Sorry. All right. Okay, I got a copy and paste these. We got the 5. So yeah, just putting these little bad boys in here so you guys can see these little cuties. And I'm gonna post these in a Discord so you guys can all like chat about them, and you know. So we've added we've made them cuter, and again, these are your spirit guides that will stay with you as you that excuse me. That will collect items as you sleep. More on that in the first one. Um, more on that in the first game dev log about what their functionality is. But we will be branching out and explaining more about these. Um, the goal again is to try to get these at least dispersed to you, and that's the goal, by Christmas. I want you guys to have these. I know it's been quite some time, and I know you guys really want these. I want them too. I think it would be a really lovely Christmas gift if we could get these guys out to you. Again, no promises. That's the goal. I know there's a good chance things will move, but that's the goal. That's my plan, and I'm just gonna do my best. Okay. So thank you guys so much. This is a shorter video. I'm trying to keep it tighter, focused. So again, want to just say thank you guys so much. I really love doing this. You guys make it worth it. And today's was on mini games, and events that you come across. So um, spirit guides being the last part about this. These are really cute. Tell us what you think. We're going to put a poll in the Discord. Again, these are cuties. These are tradable. Um, and yeah, there will be versions that are glowing and shinies essentially, and very excited. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. Um, it's been a great time. And yeah, I'm very excited to get some development and give you a proof of living update on the game, on the actual push, since it's been a while since we've updated the actual code live or sent out an update to the test flight or the Google Play. So stay tuned.